I'm glad you're considering doing a fast with us. It's really going to be great. My name's Amber Pacoda, and some of you may know me as Whole New Mama through my blog or my website. And personally, I know that I have grown a lot over the past few years as a result of living a lifestyle of prayer and fasting. So I decided to do this video to help you out and give you some ideas of some stuff you can incorporate in your time of fasting. The goal of this video is to answer some of your questions regarding fasting. So the first thing that usually pops into anybody's mind when they think of fasting is, why fast? What's the point of it even? Well, fasting can be a time for spiritual growth because you're tuning into the spirit realm. During fasting, we shift our focus from things in the natural, such as eating and enjoying the food that we're used to having, to hearing from God and listening and being in His presence, connecting with Him. It is a sacrifice because in essence you're denying yourself something that you normally would have had and you would have enjoyed. All throughout the Bible, people fasted. Queen Esther fasted whenever she planned to go before the king and she needed strength, wisdom, boldness, and the favor of God. Jesus himself fasted, and based off of what Jesus told his disciples in Matthew 17:21, fasting brings spiritual strength and power. I personally hear from God even more clearly and more vividly through dreams, visions, whenever I am fasting. Because of that, I want to encourage you to keep a prayer journal. Keep a prayer journal for when you're fasting. So in that journal, you can write down any revelation that God gives you. You may have been facing a problem in your life, and all of a sudden you feel like you have a supernatural answer to that problem. Ideas and creative artwork, all of those are great releases for times of fasting. If you're a musician, you may really be in tune with that and have a new song, and you'll want to record that or write it down during the time that you're fasting. Don't wait thinking you're going to remember it. Just write it down. So the basis of a Daniel fast is found in Daniel chapter 1:16, where Daniel and his men were being fed. They fed all the men basically food and drink that had been offered to idols. And Daniel felt conviction about this, and he asked to only be fed vegetables and water. Most of the Daniel fasts you hear about are modified slightly from that, which actually we will be modifying it slightly. You are welcome to do it exactly as that, if you so wish to do. Also, in Daniel 10:3, the Bible mentions that Daniel said he had no delicacies, no meat or wine for a full 3 weeks. So basically, he abstained from, delicacies and wine and meat for a full 3 weeks. The version of Daniel fast that I have done in the past is the version that I'll do this year, and I believe that most people will probably be joining me on. And it basically will consist of fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. So we're calling a collective fast for a time of refreshment and rejuvenation and to see the kingdom of God established in our land. I'm inviting you to join us for a 21-day fast from January 6th to January 27th. Some things you'll want to purchase at the store if you're going to be fasting with us are things like fruits, vegetables, nuts, rice, beans, herbs, and spices. And depending on whether or not you have a drinkable water source, you may need to buy plenty of water, as that's going to be what you want to drink during this time. A milk alternative. The milk alternative that I recommend is either coconut milk or almond milk. When you're purchasing coconut or almond milk, I really would encourage you to read the labels. I would say that even if we weren't going to be doing a Daniel fast, because many times there are additives and preservatives that are put in there along with sugar, and those are all things that we're going to be avoiding on the Daniel fast. So please just read the labels, and if you're unfamiliar with an ingredient and you're wondering what it is, just Google it. It might be more time consuming now, but by the end of the fast you'll be so much more educated on the things you're eating, and then next time you decide to fast you'll already know these things. So keep an eye on my website, my Whole New Mama Facebook page, and the Streams of Life Facebook page, so that you can keep an eye out for recipes, tips, and encouragement. be sure that during this time that you're dedicating your heart to seeking the Lord and His plans for your life during the year, and just growing stronger in the Word and just seeking closer to God. So if you have a question, I want you to go ahead and just type it up in the comments. And I'm so happy to have this time to speak into your life, and I look forward to doing this fast with you. Thanks.